Hi folks, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick, we're on the Commodore 64, and probably the worst game I've ever played on the ZX Spectrum was Jack and the Beanstalk, because it was very frustrating. So here on the Commodore 64 we have Jack and the Beanstalk. Yes, hopefully it's better, but who knows. It's published by Thor in 1984. Game also came out on the Amstrad CPC. I'm not quite sure what that one, how that one plays. Now, it's a platformer game. I probably won't get off the first stage, so I'll let this demo run so we can show you all 4 stages because it goes into demo mode. So the first stage is you must get up this beanstalk, avoiding hitting any of the baddies, the spiders, birds, and those worms there. Then you get to this brickwork if you're lucky, stroke unlucky. Let's get to the top to get that sack of money on the top right. Yes, it's exciting stuff. A big gap between the bricks there for some strange reason. I don't know how it's holding together. Then you must go up this sort of like fireplace to get that golden goose. Again, without hitting the spiders and worms and stuff. Why there's worms on a fireplace, I'm not quite sure about that either. But we probably won't get here. You control Jack, by the way, but I'm sure you work that out. And the last stage is you must get up this giant. He never wakes up, and grab that money on the top of the table, and then I think you have to escape. It'll show us in a minute, really. And then I'll attempt to play this game properly without swearing, which would test me to the limits. Yeah, I think then you go back to the fireplace, get the egg, it looks this time, in that cage. The music playing is, well, quite interesting. What am I saying? It isn't that interesting at all, really. Now, if you had this game back in the day, let me know. There's gold up the top. The idea is we've got all the goodies from the giant. Now we're going back to the beanstalk, and yeah, we must defeat the giant. But essentially, we're thieving from him, so probably we deserved it. Look, you see, there's an axe now in the left. Bottom left, you'd go and get that, and then you chop the beanstalk down and you declared a super duper champion. You see, Jack starts at the top of the beanstalk here, so it follows loosely the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. Hooray! So that's essentially what you got to do. Let's see how close I get. Now, I do have a look at my review of it on the ZX Spectrum, which we've done a long time ago, so my style might be a little bit different then, but I think we can gather from that it was an awful game. Right, here we go. Now, yeah, so first of all, I've got to get up the beanstalk, and I hit a spider, I'm dead. There is a weapon on the left, it looks like a star thing. If you get that, you can fire at particular baddies, so I might have a go. It's playing the music to an English country garden, I think. Da 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 da. That's what I used to say at school, whether it is actually, I don't know. Right, so the merest of touches with any of the enemies and you come hurtling down the beanstalk, because Jack's quite a weak person. A small spider touches him, he'll fall off a tree, or a pigeon flies into him, that'll be disastrous. Now, fire button is jump. You can try and jump over things. Yeah, well done, Nick. You start with 3 lives. If you lose all your lives, well, as you might have predicted, that is the end of the game. So this is our last life left. Jack and the Beanstalk. I saved up for this game on the Spectrum with my pocket money, so I was a bit dismayed. The cover made it look brilliant. Let's see if we can get over this worm. Yes, it is a worm. Yes, and we're dead. We've been killed by a common garden earthworm. Excellent. Game over, Jack. Would I have come back to play this game as a kid? Well, I didn't on the Spectrum, and the Commodore Amiga version looks ever so slightly better, but not by a great deal. You might love this game. If you do, let me know. But yeah, I had to get this out the way because I don't want to come to it ever again. But I might get a bit better. Let's have a few goes. Let's give it at least a little bit of a chance. Can I get off stage 1? Might try and get that starry weapon. Right, so we're going up the beanstalk and we got hit by that bird and we're dead. The sun is smiling and happy when it next come up on the screen, so he's obviously enjoying it, even if I'm not. Da-da. Garden. Right, the castle's on that cloud. The sun's looking very happy. Probably about all the money he made from conning people to buy the game. Right, you can go up and down the screen here, so we're past that. Let's get past this worm thing. Oh man. Right, that was good. I've been driven away by an earthworm. You know it is, isn't it? You go out to do your gardening and you get driven back by a small worm. Oh, I'm never going to get past these two. Right, maybe we should just go up the beanstalk and abort trying to get that weapon. La la la. The story of Jack is pantomime season as I'm recording this, or coming up to it very closely. Jack goes to sell his cow at the market. Well done, I got that. And instead, before he gets there, he swaps it for some magic beans. His mum isn't too pleased. She throws it out the window, and overnight it grows to this massive beanstalk. Jack climbs up the beanstalk, unlike in this game. Basically thieves off this giant all his golden goose and money and stuff. The giant isn't too pleased, comes after him. Jack goes down the beanstalk, cuts it down, and he's dead. I know who the villain of the piece is there. The person who wrote this game. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all. Number of lives left, 2. Well, hopefully they go quickly. Right. I mean, also as well, if you come off the beanstalk by the merest of fractions, you will fall down the screen as well. There's too many things moving about here. The graphic of Jack isn't particularly good either. Does it look like a small boy? No, it don't. Right, we'll take the high ground here. We'll do some jumping. Let's get over this mob. Oh! Curse you, spider, arachnid of doom and your 8 legs. Graphically, leaves a lot to be desired. Music is acceptable. Gameplay is blooming terrible. Music loops round. It will drive you insane. Right, come on, birds. Oh, look at that. Go away. Maybe I need to get the weapon to shoot these. Fire button is jump, so I'm not sure how you can fire the thing and without jumping. That could be a problem. Right. This is no mirage. It's Jack and the Beanstalk. A bit like Jaws 2, where they killed Jaws. Well, that's the end of that abysmal stuff. And Jaws 2 come back, another shark, and started jumping people again. This is Jack and the Beanstalk. Yay. Don't have nightmares. 4. Yeah, not from the Avengers, of course. Right, here we go. Shall I make this my last go? This will be my last go. This is it, folks. I've had the practice goes. Let's see if we can liven this up. If you know a worse game than this, there's probably quite a few I haven't come to. If you know a worse game than this, I'm being particularly cruel on this one. I know why, because I got bad childhood memories from the Spectrum version, which I shouldn't let one version reflect on the other one, but it's all to do with nostalgia. But if you know a worse game than this from your childhood on the Commodore 64, let me know. What was your Doomsville Jack and the Beanstalk style game? Yes. We all know I'm not going to get up that beanstalk, don't we? We all know it. Unless a miracle happens. Right, let's go up here. We can't go to those mountains in the distance. Come on, Jack. You can do this thing. Basement Jacks. The enemies stay the same on each stage, so you don't get too much different. It's all about climbing up a different object each time. So, climbing... Oh, I thought I was going to do it then. So, climbing up the beanstalk, and climbing up the fireplace, climbing up the giant, climbing down the table, and then climb... Oh, the brickwork as well. Don't forget the brickwork. And then to the beanstalk to escape. Great. Fabulous. Yeah. Oh, man. In what world can you live in where a pigeon brushes your head and you're dead? Game over, Jack. Yeah. What can we say about this? Well, not a great deal, really. I wish it was a mirage. Then we could forget it was happening. Right, let's give it one last shot. One last crack of the whip. Whip of the whippity dippity. Nick, what are you talking about? I don't know. This thing has caused my brain to melt severely. I wouldn't mind a golden egg. You could probably sell that for quite a bit of money. Right, let's weave around here. Let's get the weapon. Right, we've outfoxed the spider. The spider's gone whizzing up the beanstalk. Oh man, that stupid worm. I'm getting more and more angry here. Notice I have not sworn, and I will never swear in these. So if you're watching it with your kids, trying to get them into retro gaming to see what wonders they missed back in the day, you'll be safe watching any video on this channel. Hooray! Right, I didn't think I'd get a hooray out of this one. Right, there we go. So we got this thing. We can fire that like that. As I say, if you fire and hit the joystick as well, it will. Yeah, see, that's unplayable. So you can fire as long as you don't move. If you try and move and fire at the same time, he will jump. So jump you into an enemy or jump you off the beanstalk. From a playability point of view, that's extremely poor. But it might be that you can't get up that beanstalk without physically using the weapon. Jack does move quicker on the Spectrum. The beanstalk does seem fatter, more room for error. But they're both pretty bad. As you can see, when you kill one, they just regenerate again to kill you again. There's an unlimited amount of worms about the place. And it's never good having worms, especially in unlimited number. One of my favourite shows as a kid was The Trapdoor. They had a spider called Drut who ate lots of worms. This spider here is not quite as friendly as that. Right, I think so that's how you get it. You get up the top of the screen as much as you can on the ground to get round this worm thing. But as soon as he dies, he just regenerates back at the start, so you can't get past. Look! That's ridiculous. So there's no advantage of shooting that worm if it keeps regenerating back at the start again. Well, I wasn't impressed with that one, but at least we never have to look at it again. I hated it, in fact. So that was Jack and the Beanstalk on the Commodore 64, published by Thor in 1984. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're more than welcome. Did I tell you I hated this game? Well, I absolutely hate it. Yes, a big thank you to everyone that's subscribed to the channel so far, helping the channel grow and sharing the videos on the social media platforms. That is a big help. Until next time, I hate this game. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.